I am Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. I'm so excited about this review. I really am. Some of you might know, but I'm a bit of a chili head. And if you're like like a wine connoisseur, they love trying different wines, and I love trying new sauces. And this falafel, all the way from Egypt. So I want to thank my friends from falafel. Very cool. This is their Chipotle, and I'm excited about this. I love trying sauces from around the world, and I believe, just about positive, this is the first Egyptian sauce I've tried, so I'm thrilled about this. I'm going to read you a little bit about this. We've been going back and forth with emails. I know he's excited about me reviewing this, and I'm excited to review this. Here are the ingredients, and it's in Egyptian and English. I'm going to show you this. I have it kind of blown up so I can see it a little bit easier, but the Egyptian is right there, and here's the English side. Actually, I don't need to blow it up. So it's smoked pepper, all right, is the first ingredient. Then smoked hot pepper, which is Carolina Reaper. Come on, dude, please. I just started. It's going to be a long, chill out. Vinegar, water, garlic, salt, and xanthan gum. All right, I'm pretty stoked about this. Made in Egypt. You know what I'm going to do? Look at this. There's two of them there now. Watch this. Hang on a second. I'm going to show you the birds that talk to me in the morning. I told you they sit on top of the, there's the saguaro cactus, and there's two of them sitting on the top right there. They're looking at each other. Please be nice. I'll be done in a little bit. I'm going to be a while. You just should chill out, because I'm going to do this, and then we're going to read some really crazy, a couple crazy things that we as humans for our whole lives have thought were true, and they're not. Some of them are like, no way. These are things that you've been told your whole life, and usually some of the times when you read those, you see those little things, you're like, yeah, I knew that one. I knew that, and I was like, no way. So there's a bunch of things that we've always taught are true, and they ain't. I got a lot of brushback. I got accused for clickbait on the "I'm sorry I lied to you" video. I want to talk about that. Do you know why I did that video? Because someone sent me an email that said you lied. They're hopping around on the top of that cactus, man, and it's got prongs on it, stickers that long. I don't know how they do that. You're just dancing around on top of there. Anyhow, so that's the reason I did that video. If you think it's clickbait, sorry. Someone called me a liar. They said you didn't do 13, it was 14. And the reason they said that is because Tom corrected me in the comment section. Somebody saw that and emailed me and called me a liar. So, a wonderful smokiness. Oh, the aroma's fantastic. It's smoky, you get a little bit of the garlic. You know what? It almost has a barbecue-y sort of aroma to it. Really has a neat aroma. And here is the pour. The first pour of Egyptian hot sauce on my mother of pearl spoon. Falafel Chipotle. And here it is. And this looks like the movie pour, people. Whoops. Oh, and he did it perfectly. It doesn't happen by accident, people. That's a lot of practice there. Falafel, people, the Chipotle sauce from Egypt. I am Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. We're down to one bird on the Suarez. Chill out. Here we go. Oh. Okay. I'm going to try a little more. The taste is really neat. There's a wonderful smokiness. Great smokiness to it. And it's a natural smoke. There's no artificial smokiness in this. And sometimes you get artificial smoke and it's almost like they took a sock of a fireman, rang it out after a fire, and that's what you're tasting. That artificial smoke. This is a really beautiful smoky flavor. I mean, really, one of the better smokiness from one that doesn't have an artificial smoke to it. The heat, You know, you pick up the garlic. It's very, very nice. If you're a non-chili head, this would be pretty warm. You probably wouldn't pick up a lot of the flavors I'm getting. If you're a chili head, this is a 6. Yeah, 6 or up. It's almost barbecue-y in nature. This would be so good on ribs. This would be great to barbecue with. Like a really. I know when you think of Chipotle, you don't think of like a barbecue sauce, but this is very barbecue-y in nature. I am a fan. Really flavorful. Now here's the thing. I was talking to Mama Scoville. I said, look what I'm reviewing today. It's from Egypt. And she said, who are you reviewing that for? I said, well, this company, Fel Filati. She goes, no, are those for Egyptian people that are going to watch that, or people in America? I said, everybody's going to watch it. She goes, will people in America buy it? I said, I hope so. I'm telling you, first of all, if you're an Egyptian chili head, you probably already know about this. This has got to be popular in Egypt. This is a fantastic sauce. It's really delicious. But if you're in America and you want to try, here's the thing. I've been to the Philippines. They have a different approach to sauce making. They use different ingredients. Same thing in the UK, in New Zealand, in Australia, and Belgium. I've been all over the world, and everybody kind of does their sauce different. If you want to try a sauce from Egypt, lean into the pitch. Take one for the team. The shipping's going to be more, but wow, you will really like this. This is a delicious sauce. Thank you, Fel Filati. I have more, and I'm just thrilled that the first one I really liked a lot, because I anticipate I'm going to like a lot of them a lot. Now, you guys ready for some stats that you always thought were true, but really isn't? Kind of blow you away stuff? We only use 10% of our brains. Come on, let's see a show of hands. Who thought that was the truth? Look at all those hands. Humans only use 10% of the brains, may be the most widespread myth in history. It's crap. It's not true. The brain is similar to a machine. Each part has various functions. We use all of our brain. All of our brain. 10% of our brain. What a stupid thing to... I don't know. Sorry. That's crazy. But I believed it. Number 2, it's too late to fix the climate. As an individual says that if we keep up this mindset, we won't save the planet. It's not too late to fix the climate, but we need to step up and take action to make positive change. Everybody's going to fall on different sides of the fence about the whole climate thing. I'm not going to share my thoughts. Hang on. All right, this is a great one. Your job is your life. Listen to this. After the Industrial Revolution, Americans decided to concoct a 9-to-5 work schedule to build a stable household income in order to sustain and support a family. Now, while at work, this is what it was like in the American Industrial Revolution. You were to submit to every task your job asked of you and worship your chosen career. Today, society wants to move away from that idea towards careers of passion that don't overwork the staff. Do you ever think about that though? Like, where did that 9-to-5 thing come from? Because you know, like cavemen, they weren't like going out saying in the morning, Industrial Revolution. All right, I'm not even gonna go to there. Here, look, I'm gonna talk about this one. This is gonna get people angry at me because people fall on different sides of the fence. I don't care. I'm just telling you what I'm reading. Vaccines cause illnesses. Every day, this is this person's take. Drives by a billboard that claims that vaccines cause autism. Who is it that we're able to thank for this information? Believe it or not, one random person conducted a study that he later admitted to be false. So we must now look at billboards rooted in falsehood about bizarre beliefs. There is zero evidence that vaccines cause autism, but tons of empirical data showing that they improve the health and lifespan of the population. Somebody posted. So there are going to be people that fall on different sides of the fence with that one. Here's one that I don't think anybody... I'm reading this one because, remember, these are things that we always thought were true, but are not true. I never thought this was true. I don't think anybody ever did. This one, to me, seems ridiculous. That mental illness doesn't exist. It's no secret there's a stigma around mental health. And although the stigma has dwindled in the past few decades, many people avoid therapy taking medication for fear of judgment. Mental health is an important issue and a serious issue affecting millions of individuals worldwide. I got news for you. It's kind of like functional families. I think we all have mental illness to a degree. It's just the level. It's like spectrum sort of a thing. We're all dealing with it. But anybody who thinks that mental illness isn't true, and we all need to work on it and exercise and, not watching what you watch. Be careful what you let into your dome piece is going to affect your mental health. If you're watching terrible stuff all the time, you wonder why you're thinking the things you're thinking. Do you know what I mean? Anyhow, this is one I hope Foy sees this, my business partner, David Foy. I love you. David, by the way, really important. I'm going to talk about something towards the end that I really want you guys to hang on for. And I'll tell it now and again. I got a friend of mine named John that needs. Listen, there are those of you out there that are into positive vibes, and I will never bash you for that. There are people that are into good vibrations or good feelings or sending out positive healing, whatever. I'll never give you guys a hard time about that. I'm a believer, though. So, a lot of people that watch the show are. And here's the cool thing: they're not going to judge you for what you think, so don't judge me for what I think. But I got a friend. If you will send positive vibes or good wishes or prayers or whatever, I have a friend named John who's going through it. Keep him in your prayers. All right, but this is about Foy. Foy and I, we drove to work every day for years. We worked together. He's my business partner in Chase Eat Hot Sauce and just one of my best friends. I told him, and if he's watching this, he'll go, I've told the dude on 1,000 occasions, you should have been a race car driver. The guy's an awesome driver. I'm one of those guys, I can get into a car in the passenger seat, sit down, and when you put your seatbelt on, I can say, I'm not going to be comfortable with you as a driver. I'll sit in the car. I've gotten out of the car before anyone even started driving. I can just tell if I'm going to be comfortable with you. My brother's a great driver. I can do like not look at the road, do serious, intense stuff, and never worry about what's happening around me. Few people are like that. Foy is like that, but Foy drives aggressively. Foy, it's like man, I love the guy. We get in the car and he goes like, pull up the home. And we go home every day, but we put the GPS on because we look at traffic. He's like, oh no, this is a nightmare. We're gonna go this way. And I'm like, dude, you're not gonna save us. I said, listen, man, it's a 20-minute drive. If you drive 120 miles an hour, you might get there 30 seconds sooner. I was just about always wrong. So I have a bit of a disagreement with this one. Number 6 is aggressive driving gets you home quicker. My best friend has a horrible case of road rage. Foy doesn't. He's just a great driver. He mistakenly thinks honking and cutting off others will get him home quicker. While I continue to let him indulge in this mindset, he gets home at the same time if he lays on his horn or he waits in traffic. I beg to differ. I used to say to Foy, dude, if we're going from like Seattle, Washington to St. Pete's, Florida, driving a little bit more aggressively, you're going to shave some time off that. You know what I mean? We're talking about a coast-to-coast drive. You're going to shave some time off. But when we're going from Fort Mill to Charlotte, you're not. Can I tell you he did? But it wasn't through laying on horns or cutting people off. It was picking different routes. Foy's a genius. So aggressive driving may not get you home quicker, but picking a better route sure can. I'm not going to read that one because it's going to cause 100 emails. These are just this is the take of the dude or the dudette who made this. So I'm not really sure about all of them, but no, this one is kids will be kids. Many people think that the expression takes the blame off bad parents because if a child misbehaves, parents say, hey, kids are going to be kids, but they slip away from our responsibility. We must drop that harmful lingo and assume responsibilities for our kids so they learn how to treat others correctly. I believe in that. I'm serious. My kids, it's really a weird thing. I grew up in an era where I won't say my dad's business partner's last name. We'll call it Smith for the sake of this argument. But the first time I met him, he said, this is Bill Smith. And I said, hello, Mr. Smith. To the last time I ever saw that guy, he was Mr. Smith to me. I could have never, ever called that dude Bill. It just wasn't in me. And that's how I grew up. But we've changed now. Like when my son met my business partner, I said, this is David Foy. My son called him David, didn't call him Mr. Foy. So we've sort of gotten away from that. I think that there was something good about that. It was a respect that's been lost. That title, but I don't know. Anyhow, you don't call me Mr. Scoville. Call me Johnny. This one's interesting. The customer is always right. As somebody who has worked in retail before, the customer is sometimes wrong. Ushering this mindset leads issues to the workplace that can lead to danger for the workers. Instead, service workers should treat customers respectfully while explaining why they are wrong. Grab the manager if all else fails, and if the worker can't soothe the customer. Yeah. It's true. And this is the last one in this one. I'm going to end on this one. Mob mentality. And this is kind of a weird thing. I think the internet's really helped a lot with this one. But anyway, us versus them dehumanizes us and creates more anger and hatred. We're all human beings, every one of us. Doesn't matter whether you're... Look, I got a new chili head friend in Egypt. Doesn't matter where we're from, we're all the same. But we're all in this world together. We're all God's creatures trying to find our way. We may not always agree. That's why I say, if you want positive vibrations or good feelings or positive wishes, I'll never look at you and go, oh, what? Like, that helps. But you guys are special because you guys don't dump on me because I believe in prayer. I love you for that. We may not always agree, but we always should try to still work together. When I was young, you could talk about different political opinions and interest, or seeing protesting as supportive. We've gotten to a place, and we don't do it here because I don't talk about politics. It's just bad juju. But when I was a kid, there was a debate class. I love debate. We don't debate now. Debate ends in swing-outs. And that's why the internet can be a bad thing. It's sort of like an echo chamber where if you start something, all you hear about is you're right. I like opposing opinion. I think it's a good thing. It creates intelligent conversation. And when you discuss things with people, like, here's the thing. I've changed my mind about some big things over the years. Big things. Like things that are divisive in the country. I've changed my mind. I've seen things from a different point of view. And I think having the ability, like when I was young, on big things, I never went, I can see it that way. And I think part of aging is being mature enough to be able to look at something and don't go into something with, I'm right, let's hear why you're wrong. Let me hear the reasons why I think you're going to be wrong. And when we can go in and listen to people's point of view, right? Don't go into it with, okay, I'm going to be right in this, and you're just going to talk for a few minutes and explain to me why you're wrong. But if we can go into it just saying, let me hear what you think, there's a lot of good things that can come from that. There's that plane again that is flying across silently. Let me see if I can get it for you this time. Let me see if I can pull it in. Where is that plane? I can't seem to find it. I can't seem to find it. Why can't I locate it? It should be right about there. It's right there. You can see it right there. That's not making any noise, people. I'm sorry about that, but I've been talking about that plane for a couple days now. It sort of has a C-130 cargo plane look to it, or a Hercules or a cargo kind of look to it. But that thing, I got it at the very end. You saw it. Any plane that close is going to make a lot of noise. This is an Air Force. There's an Air Force base around here. I don't know what it is, but in the last couple days, there's been, the bird's back. Let's see if I can get him to talk. I'm almost done. But anyway, that was the same cargo plane, and usually a plane that close, you're going to hear it. That didn't make any noise. I'm done now. Almost. In the description box, you'll see Falafel. Please, you guys, if you're in Egypt, buy this sauce. If you're an American, you want a great sauce anywhere in the world, this is a really good sauce. Falafel, handcrafted in Egypt, baby. Very cool sauce. So you'll see them in the description box. Right there is my son, Johnny Scoville Jr. Right there is my brother, Tommy Scoville. Right here are all the challenges. And let's see if I can get this bird to talk, pepperology. You want to say goodbye? Huh? Last chance. No, he's not going to say goodbye. I love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.